Hey guys, so let's just talk about this week's project for a second, which is a clown. Okay, so I know we're nowhere near Halloween or the month of spookiness, but in my defense, I decided on this project as some form of catharsis because to me, clowns are just scary. And anyone who doesn't agree with me, feel free to walk down a dark alleyway with this guy. So, in essence, I'm doing this one for me, not for you. Technically, it's for me. Anyway, time to do some science and see if this works. Let's get into it. So, the only way I can describe my chosen colour palette is madness. I wanted this clown to be very colourful, so I'm using my neon colours and the variegated yarn that I can never find a sane use for. My camera isn't doing so great with these colours, but they are actually quite bright. The images I post will do them better justice, so look out for those in the community tab and in my socials. I will of course add a list of everything that I use in the description box below. So, right, let's get this creepy train started. I'm looking forward to it, but yeah, here we go. I started off the shoes with the deep purplish magenta colour and made these oversized clown boots. I was going for the really big clown shoes, and I also decided to add a little frilly border just for some extra visual interest. I next cut out some 3mm cork board and used some super glue to stick them onto the bottom of the soles. I then just gave the cork board a once over with some polyacrylic to seal the porous surface and give it a glossy finish. And with that done, we have a pair of adorable clown shoes. So far so good, but if I saw clown shoes heading my way, I'd still run. And not just because of the disembodied moving feet. Next, I crocheted some feet, well, the legs, off camera and did each foot in a different colour. I wasn't kidding when I said I wanted this to look as mad as possible. The orange and green are really neon and I'm sure they glow in the dark, or at least shine brightly under some UV light. I also finished off the top of the legs using variegated yarn, as that's the colour I wanted his onesie to be. So with the feet done, I joined them together and carried on up the torso with the variegated yarn. For the arms, I crocheted the tubes using the neon orange and neon green again. I added a ruffle at the wrist area as well for that extra texture and floofiness. I then wrapped some quilt batting around the armature wire, and then came the part where I had to pay extra attention since I wanted the arm and leg colours to be opposite each other. Although I could have left them on their respective sides, but having the colours diagonally across each other just looked aesthetically better. So with the power of editing, I attached the arms, and I also took a moment to add a ruffled collar. And then, since I liked that ruffle collar so much, I actually went back and redid the ruffles around the wrists to match. The original attempt was okay, but just lacked volume, I guess. I was much happier with all the ruffles now, and so I went ahead and finished up the head off camera. We'll come back when it's done. For the nose, I just crocheted a round red ball to attach to the face. I debated if I wanted any face markings around the eyes, but I thought that these might be too big and drown the eyes out. So in the end, I'm still a little bit unsure, but I will come back to this when I've actually made up my mind, and I'll explain what I did when we get to that part. I used another variegated yarn for his wig. Although I could have gone for the more typical red or green, I figured no one dislikes a rainbow, right? In any case, here I'm just going to crochet his wig. Just a plain wig using the loop stitch to make it extra floofy. I've used this technique before in my forecast video as well as my ladybug video, so I'll include the links to those in the iCard above and in the description box below in case you'd like to see it in more detail. Oh my god, this wig, I love this technique of doing hair. I just absolutely love it. It's so good. After considering it for a day, I decided to use the DMC yarn for the face markings because it's slightly thicker than thread and way thinner than yarn. So I thought that was a good balance between the two, and it wouldn't overpower the eyes so much. So I just created a line up and down through each eye. Oh, it's so... no. It still looks a little bit scary to me, and it's only going to get worse. Oh gosh. I then also decided to add a little tiny tear gem for the little sad tears that make me cry every time I see a clown. I figured the most traditional clown trouser wear would actually be the onesie, which I've done, but I thought that looked a little bit plain and I wanted to add some oomph. So I opted to make some shorts using the purple yarn to match the shoes. So these shorts are really gonna have the straps on them, so they might be dungaree type looking, but they're just gonna be shorts with straps on. I started the shorts off at the waistline and worked my way down. When I got to the length I wanted, I separated the leg holes. I crocheted one side of the shorts first, followed by the other. I then crocheted some suspender straps to hold up his shorts for him. Can't have him tripping up as he chases his audience.
Emotional damage!
Oh my god. Time for some finishing touches. I got my hands on some tiny pom-poms, and you know, they're just the perfect size to use as buttons. I chose the colours I thought would look best and just simply glued them onto the onesie. Nothing fancy here. And with that, we're nearly done, guys. So while you watch me glue on the pom-poms, but before we get to the reveal, I'd just like to say thank you for watching, and of course if you'd like to see more, then please like, share, comment and even consider subscribing. If you are feeling generous, then also please consider buying me a cup of coffee on Ko-fi. The link to my Ko-fi page will be included in the description box below, and any and all donations will be greatly appreciated. And don't forget to hit that bell button to be notified whenever I upload a new video. And with that, here he is. Creepy but also kind of cute, but mostly creepy. The experiment didn't work, just so you know. Clowns are still scary. Face your fears. No, flee the honks. enjoy the beauty shots, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.